Hi, I'm Siu Ling Hui, principal and founder of Cashflow Kung Fu. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 key benefits of using credit cards for your business. First, the one unbreakable rule when it comes to using credit cards. Do not ever use credit cards as a means of borrowing money. I cannot stress this rule strongly enough. Credit card interest rates are very high, so it makes it hard to pay off the debt because a good chunk of each payment goes to interest instead of clearing the debt. Look, this rule applies to personal use of credit cards as well. You've got to use credit cards as if you're using cash. If you don't have the cash to pay for it, you can't afford it. As long as you observe this rule, there are at least 3 great business benefits from using credit cards, especially for small business. The first benefit is for managing cash flow. Then there's greater efficiency in expense administration and the bonus of loyalty points. It doesn't matter whether you use a business or personal credit card. A personal card is fine as long as you isolate that card for business use only. You should never mix your personal and business finances together. Having the credit card in the name of the business can help build your business's credit track record. However, you should be aware that the terms and conditions of most business credit cards state that you become personally liable for the debt if the business doesn't pay up. Now, let's go look at the benefits in more detail. Cash flow is about timing, and credit cards are perfect for managing timing of payments. Small businesses can't always get trade terms, but if you pay by credit card, you achieve the effect of trade terms. Using a credit card means you only have a single cash outflow from your bank account for a whole raft of expenses. It's great for cash flow planning. You have a known date for payment of a whole bunch of expenses every month, and you can factor that single cash outflow in your cash flow forecast. In the meantime, keep your money working hard for you. Invest the cash balances in a high interest-bearing account and then move the cash to your usual bank account the day before a payment due date. The ideal setup is to have 2 credit cards which have statement cutoff dates at different times of the month. For example, one card could have the cutoff date around, say, the 10th of the month and the other one around the 25th of the month. When you are making a purchase or a payment, pick the one that gives you the most stretch in terms of payment time. The longer the interest-free period, the better. It's great if you can get 55 days. Let's look at an example of optimizing cash flow management with credit cards. Let's say you're thinking of buying something around the 8th of July. And let's say that the statement cutoff date for your credit card is around the 11th of each month and the monthly payment due date is around the 30th or 31st. If you make the purchase on the 8th, that purchase will be included in the statement that gets issued on the 11th of July. So you'll have to pay for it in 24 days' time. But if you delayed that purchase for a few days until you get past the July statement cutoff date, that purchase will only be included in the statement that's issued around the 11th of August. So you won't have the cash going out until the end of August. That's an additional 30 days of credit, and your money could be earning interest for you during the 50 days that you have deferred the payment. Obviously, you don't do this kind of juggling with telephone, electricity, and gas bills, or you'll get hit with late charges. When I started my business in 2002, my accountant advised me, save yourself accounting fees by putting as many of your expenses as possible on a credit card. And that's what I've been doing ever since. The benefit of doing it this way is that each month's outgoings are consolidated in 1 or 2 itemized statements. You can see at a glance what the money is being spent on. All receipts and invoices are attached to the relevant credit card statement. This makes it very easy to trace transactions and reconcile expense payments to the bank statements, which helps to reduce accounting fees. I've also found it's very easy to locate product warranties or invoices with this administrative system. Another benefit is that it also greatly reduces the number of transactions going through your bank account, and that means savings on bank charges. Loyalty points are really icing on the cake. However, do not choose your credit cards based on the loyalty points scheme. The most important terms to consider are annual fees and the interest-free period. The cool thing about loyalty points is being able to use them to pay for things like business travel. In other words, you can get some business savings because you pay by credit card instead of cash. In my banking days, some of my clients used to pay for the rates on their shopping centers, buy things like forklifts, cars, and so on with credit cards. All these clients still are multimillionaires. They don't need points to buy things or save on expenses, but they absolutely loved maximizing their points. One client who was financing a $30,000 forklift with the bank paid for it first with his credit card. The equipment finance guy complained to me that this meant he had to do extra paperwork because the bank has to make the payment to the credit card company instead of the equipment company. My response to him was, get over it. If Jack wants to do it that way for him. Let's do a quick recap of the points covered in this video. Credit cards are excellent business tools for managing cash flow and streamlining administration of expenses. And then there's the added bonus of loyalty points, which can be used to pay for expenses like business travel. However, none of these benefits count for anything if you run up expensive debt on credit cards. Never, ever use them as a source of borrowings, and always pay your statements in full and on time. I'd love to hear what you think about the idea of using credit cards as a business tool, so please leave your comments and, of course, any questions you might have. If you have a specific issue or question about your business finances, you can contact me directly through my contact page at incontextfinance.com. Master your cash flow, know your finances, so that you can drive strong, sustainable business growth and thrive. Thank you for watching. If this has been useful, please like and subscribe to my channel.